after an incredible click last week. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great, but I got to tell you, all this travel that I've been doing here, there, everywhere, it gets me really confused, and I never know what time it is anymore. What time is it, Craig?
It's time to break a myth that aluminum in your deodorant does cause mental issues.
No, I don't think America's ready to break that myth yet, Craig. No. What time is it?
I was trying to figure out why I was so insane.
Number nine. What? Ah! Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Audit. Of course, I'm Glen Hausman. That is the one, the only click-proof Craig Sullivan. Craig, listen, first thing before we get started, I got to say, hey, Hawk, if you're listening and you're giving me more trouble with the copyright thing that we're paying for, screw you. I'm sick and tired of you guys giving me guff for legally purchased stuff. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. And it's too bad we're having that issue because we do have a service that we subscribe to.
I don't mean to get all grumpy right off the bat and stuff like that.
Uh-oh, here he comes. David's coming in.
It is so freaking annoying, dude, that in the YouTube world, like, all these companies can accuse you of stuff without any basis of fact, and then you have to run around and fight with them. So I've been getting all pissy with this one company, and now they're trying to play hardball, and it's really obnoxious and rude. And honestly, the companies that allow this to happen on their behalf should be ashamed of themselves, you know?
I agree.
All right.
But
anyway, yeah.
If you want something that's really super annoying,
right?
Okay, Glenn, one man's trash is still another man's trash. But we've got the all-island garage sale.
Listen, bro, I will tell you what, man. Being around all those fancy people, I bet you their garbage is nicer than anything I've ever owned in my life.
Wow, you know me, right?
I didn't think you were selling any garbage or something like that.
No, I don't. I just keep mine. I pass it on to my son.
I know. That's good. He's got a whole wing of the house that's the hoarder area. He just throws everything in.
Right. We call it antique.
Yeah. I love that. All right, everybody. I'm going to try to be more positive energy today. I'm excited because, Craig, today I'm starting to feel like we're getting towards spring here in the Northeast. I know it's going to be cruddy this weekend, but right now out there, it's over 60 degrees. First time I felt that since like October. So I'm actually feeling pretty good, even though I'm being a crabby crab.
And the sun is now doing what?
Setting a lot later, thank God.
Da, da, da. Yep. Give yourself a round of applause.
I will. All right. And also, while we're at it, a round of applause to the Senate for actually passing a bill saying that enough is enough with this changing the clocks BS. We're just going to keep them where we are right now. And we'll see. We'll see now if the House of Representatives can unite America behind this issue that so many of us care about. Craig.
On something, I mean, we were just talking about this the other week, you know?
Yeah. Who's our guest today, Craig?
You know what?
I don't.
We've got an author.
Yeah.
He's part of the Cornell Mafia.
Yep.
He is Mr. Luxury Hotel Consultant, Robert Reitknecht. So, Robert, welcome to the show. How are you?
Robert Reitknecht.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Very, very thrilled to have you aboard over here. So, Robert, you're a guy that focuses on luxury hotel experience. You're a classy guy, a stand-up guy. What the hell were you thinking coming on this show?
You know, I look the part.
All right. So, Robert, I think before Dave's going to come on here and we're going to do a little something click related, but we're going to need cocktails for that, Dave.
Okay.
So we're going to get into making a cocktail right now. That's right, everybody. It's cocktail time here on Friday Night Audit. And today, Robert, we're going to be drinking either a Kentucky Mule, a Moscow Mule, or what we should be calling it now, I guess, a Freedom Mule, since we're all against Russia these days.
Change. She called it a Glen Mule.
For sure.
I hear that.
You know, I'm glad you all receive your gifts, and I'm glad that.
Yes, thank you very much.
So,
Robert.
wait, hold on, Robert. Let's just tell people.
Whoa. Hold on. Before we even get into what he gave, we have an historic moment here on Friday Night Audit. Okay. We've had 50. Is this 50? Episode 52?
52.
So it has taken us a full year of actual episodes for this to happen. So, guys, mark it down on your papers, time stamp it, get it autographed, because this is going to be worth something. But this is the first time in 52 episodes the guest has actually sent me the gift as well prior to the show. I usually get it after the show. Sometimes I don't get it at all.
I don't know what he was thinking.
I got it prior.
Yeah, you gotta lift your finger and say, "Drink for those who can't, for those who wish they could."
All right, so I love this. I love that you sent a little package. You're all about experience, right? And you created a little experience for us. Yeah. And I love this little Moscow Mule, the copper mug situation. Plus, you sent over this great ginger syrup right over here, which we're going to use as part of the drink. And of course, we've got to have some salty treats to go along with our drink. And this was really fun. Ginger crystallized in dark chocolate, which you can't see. It's invisible on my side because of the green screen packaging is green. Take a look at my lemon juice. It's invisible.
Mine invisible. Mine works.
There you go.
Got the nice seal. Very eloquent. Very luxurious.
Robert, I love the Moscow Mule. I remember it's made a big comeback 10, 12 years ago or so. Until then, I hadn't really seen it too much. I love it. It's a good drink. What made you choose that today as your drink here on Front End Out Audit?
Yeah, I think for me, when I mean, there are so many signature drinks and just drinks I like whether it's a beer or a cocktail or even wine. And I think for me, when I went out west, and we were talking before the show about this, there was just something about the air and then meeting people, looking at the mountains. And then when I went into a pub to get a drink, I said, "Hey, what would you recommend?" And they said, "Why don't you get a Moscow Mule?" And so right there and then, I just said, "You know what? I'm going to have it." And this is where I started having this for more of a regular cocktail.
Awesome. So let's take a look at that recipe once again.
Hello, Andrea.
I don't know why it's not showing up when I do that.
It was showing just fine.
There we go. All right. Everybody calm down.
This is why you don't touch the button. This is why you don't touch the buttons, Glenn.
All right.
Do that, Glenn?
And you have three choices, everyone. You all have three choices. So you could do a Kentucky Mule, Moscow Mule with vodka, or the Moscow mocktail.
Now, here's the thing, Robert. I've got both vodka and whiskey here in front of me.
And so do I.
Yeah. So I think what my plan tonight is to go with the traditional Moscow Mule and then move on from there to a whiskey, a Kentucky Mule. All right, so let's put this together. I already filled my glass with some ice. What do we got to do next?
Yep. So we have full of ice. You want to have a cool glass. Again, I'm not a bartender by trade, but again, I want to at least show you what I think how to make this correct.
But you play one at a hotel, right?
I do. Do I play? No. Yes, I do sometimes, depending on what my role is. So if we say, "Can you make me a drink?" I'll say yes. What's the question? So you want to get 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of vodka. Can you see this or?
Hold on, Dave. Yeah, we can see it. Sorry, I was looking at the recipe on another screen. I didn't even.
So I don't know if I'm being on film or.
We'll do it. We'll do a nice one shot. Go ahead.
All right, and then you got pouring the drink in.
Yep.
And then you go right to the ginger syrup. There's ginger beer, which you have to put in.
Yep. This is the first time I've seen this recipe of the ginger syrup. Actually.
Yeah. So it's a little different. It puts a little jazz to it.
I like that.
And then I want to put some lime juice.
I'm glad we're doing this little jazz, and that's a lot of fun. It adds up a little element, makes it a little bit more interesting by mixing it up. 1/4 ounce of lime juice. Okay.
Right, and then you want to do like 4 ounces of seltzer. Right into it.
Yeah.
Probably want to mix it. Actually, you don't have to mix this drink.
You don't?
No, I don't think you
went
do.
all the way downstairs to get a spoon for nothing, Robert.
What's that?
I went all the way downstairs for a spoon at the last minute.
You don't have to. You can mix it that way. That's fine. I'll let you go on that one. And then, of course, you want to hit the lime in there, and then you want to do a little slap of the mint. Where's my mint?
I didn't buy the mint. I was too cheap to buy the mint.
I'm gonna pass
cost $1, by the way.
There's some mint for you guys, and then just want to you just want to slap that. You want to just slap the mint spring right into it, and you're good to go.
Cheers. Man, that's good.
Cheers. And there you go.
That's a good drink.
Now,
look,
David,
guys,
one of our guests put a comment up there about me that I should have a Mexican mule.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's right. So it's the same recipe except use Casamigos tequila.
Oh.
And they can send Glenn and I and David a check for that plug. Thank you very much.
Let me tell you guys, by the way, this is the first, also historical first time actually having the alcohol cocktail while at a hotel. Just kidding. Not drinking anything.
Hit a button, Glenn.
But Mike McManus said this is the most prepared guest ever on Friday Night. He's also most prepared host because we're never this prepared either. So,
well, listen,
thank you for the comment. By the way, I didn't expect that.
Oh yeah, we gave up. We gave up making these cocktails early on because we still handled the labor aspect of it at 5 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah, there's too much work involved
too because it's very late.
It's just an overall refreshing drink. You can. Winter, summer, spring. It's just.
I was going to say, great.
It's a great turn on. Great for parties. Simple. Even I can make it. So.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. The even I can make it because it's really something simple, but it has that zing factor to it that elevates it, right? That makes everybody go, "Oh, I love what this guy's doing." And we do a lot of tricks like that over here at the House and Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse and Dispensary. Little things like if you're making tacos and stuff like that, just put some red onion and some red wine vinegar, let it sit. That boom takes it up a notch.
I really thought he was going to say he
put
red onions in his beer or his tequila. I really thought you were going to say that.
Do you put red onions on your hot dogs?
No, I just go for ketchup and American cheese.
That's the way it should be. That's a good one.
Ketchup on a hot dog?
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow.
Listen,
right, Robert, are you as offended as I was when I first heard that?
When my seat is shaking a little bit.
Yeah. No, trust me, we've been having this argument for months now.
I mean,
it's not an argument. You guys are just wrong.
Thing. Usually, it's mustard and hot dogs. Right. Usually,
it's not even an argument. Mustard. You guys are all just wrong. So
okay.
Whatever you say.
That could be an episode right there. Just
trust me. I've walked on the streets of New York, gotten a hot dog with ketchup on, and eaten it on the show. It's totally fine. I have not hesitated.
Chicago.
You know where I should have done it, guys? Was in Disneyland. Oh wait, I actually did. While you guys are riding one of the rides, I went and got a hot dog with some amazing potato chips.
Wow.
And ketchup on the hot dog.
That's only because Dave can't handle the rides. He was like, well, what's this Small World? I don't know if my stomach can handle it.
It was too much. Small World was honestly the most difficult ride. I got so nauseous and motion sick. But listen, guys, we just came back. It's our first time back on our little digital screens versus us being together like we were last week at Click, because Click 5, again, such an amazing event. We had a great time, but we want to bring you guys some photos from the event. So we're going to start off with the fun photos from Click 5. A couple here we're going to start with.
But hold on. As we get into this, Robert, I'd love for you to talk about, at events and stuff like that, how you add experience as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
This is turning into a no vacancy live very quickly. I don't like it. But
I don't like you, Dave, so that's fine.
Anyway, so
what happened to Glen? Did you just shut him out?
Pretty much.
Hey, that is
Yeah.
so wrong.
He's
It
got a
is,
timeout
but here's the
right
thing.
now.
Like, I didn't want to come right back in because I figured it was a good time to take a little break, have a sip of my drink. And,
Is that what luxury hotel owners do, Rob? You just kick your guest out as soon as you don't like what they're saying?
Oh, absolutely. They just like
yes.
there's a lot of things behind the curtain.
So, Craig, who
besides
this stunning guy on the right, or on our right, who are we looking at here, Craig?
Well, the gentleman next to me is John Manderfeld, who retired 2 years ago, and he was the first recipient of our Lifetime Achievement Award. And then the gentleman on the far left-hand side is Alan Ray, founder and principal of Atlas Hospitality, and completely changed hotel brokerage out here. And he and his team have closed over 600 transactions, all in the state of California. And he has impacted everybody who is in this industry for the past 23 years and 3 months, to be exact.
Right.
If you can't see it, in his hands,
supporter.
There's an award here, Craig. What did he win?
That's the award right there.
What did he win?
Lifetime Achievement. We had a little placard made up for him. Actually, it's a large one, but
it's not little.
Yeah.
I saw it in person, about a foot from me. It's not little. It's a nice, solid award. That's something that you definitely put.
Right. That's not actually a smile that he won the award. It's the strain of holding it for so long.
Straining of holding it. It's all glass.
It's all glass. I saw Bruce Ford wrap it up very delicately and gently. So good job, Bruce. It didn't break. So good stuff there. Here's one of the panels. So this was a great panel. I really enjoyed this one.
This is our hotel brand panel, and that's a signature of ours. We've got we bring in our first conference, we had 4 brands. This year we had 10, and we bring in the franchise development people so that everybody can see them on stage, hear what they're doing, and have an opportunity to meet the boots on the ground in the area. Everybody else, Glen can attest to, does the C-suite. I want the boots on the ground. So we've got the brands there. We've got lenders there, third-party professionals, management companies. These are all people that work in California, so they know exactly what's going on and they can help.
Robert, in your experience, Mr. Experience, and we're going to get into that name in a little bit, but what are some of the things that, from a hotel side, these types of conferences are typically in bigger hotels, more luxury style hotels. What can hotels do to cater to these type of large events?
Well, as much as I want to say personalize them, you really want to listen to what the attendees are looking for to get the best value, and to really cater that conference around what they're looking for. So if that answers your question, I think
it does. And Craig, is that what
the number one thing? It's such, everyone calls it a big secret, but the number one issue that a lot of people don't do is they don't listen. And so if you're listening to your customers, if you're listening to your event, attendees, you're going to get a lot more value out of any event going forward. Any event.
I like what you're saying about listening, and that's like an interesting thing to me, because I used to get praised when I was a traditional journalist writing articles, right? That you got all these facts right, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, all I did was listen,
right,
and write it down, and then connect the paragraphs. That's all I had to do. Yeah. So it's amazing to me that people simply don't listen. It's not that hard.
What are you saying? What happened?
Yes, are there.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't listening.
That's a good point. And this is
active listening.
Yeah. This is why Dave is never gonna get more gifts.
Only when we have a good guest on. But this is obviously a great photo here, Craig. You can explain what we're looking at.
This is the majority of our sponsors, speakers, and exhibitors. We do that first thing in the morning before the conference takes off. Unfortunately, there are a few people, including my good friend Arnie Garfinkel, who produces the conference with me, and he's been with me since the beginning of this, wasn't in the room at the time. So it's just, that snapshot.
He was too busy
once in a lifetime. Boom.
He was too busy getting Craig tequilas.
No, this was at 8 o'clock in the morning. We were not doing that. So
he was getting his stock ready though.
Administering COVID-19 test.
Hey, Robert, what's the deal with conference people wanting to start stuff at stupid 8 a.m. with sessions? Now, Craig, he's a gentleman. He's being a human being and starting this thing at like 9:30, right?
9:30.
This 8 a.m. thing, it's like everyone's stuck to it, but if they would just listen, they'd realize that people are out the night before. Nobody needs to be in a room paying attention at 8 o'clock. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the venues and who's running it, and then more importantly, 8 o'clock, they want to set the tone. They want to get people in. People are generally more awake, and then they're
people are generally discussing how heavy their hangover is at that moment and how shocked they are that they're actually in the room.
Right. When you have little to no attendees, empty seats, people looking at their phones, they've checked out. So it's how to engage them and just keep them active, I think.
Well, Glenn, and the other thing is, I don't want to buy breakfast. I'll pay for your coffee all day, no problem. Get there, have some coffee, wake up, and then let's get into it at 9:30. Okay, that's when I take the stage, and immediately I'm couple to 5 minutes. I don't take a lot of time on the main stage. I want the keynote there, and I want to get rolling, and we're done by 4:30.
Well, we said that at the show. So, we said that on Friday or last week, right? The conference was very well paced. It was wasn't a lot of downtime. It was quick hitting. There was none of this people up there dragging on. It gets boring. Even Bruce, I think, had probably the longest timed speech or conversation, and it was still impactful the entire way through. Everybody was engaged the entire way through. Good information was there the entire way through. So there really was no dead space, much like this show is a bunch of dead air.
Well, that's
I wasn't listening. What was that?
Exactly.
So, sadly, though, even though you start at 9:30, everyone still had to be up at like 4 a.m. with LA traffic to be able to make it there. Even the Anaheim.
Not if they came
down.
Not me.
Not me. I had a great commute.
Yeah.
And what did we do the night before?
I would say had some cocktails.
Yes.
Some is a very relative term.
We had oxygen.
We did because we went to the rooftop of the crown jewel of the Anaheim Resort area, the JW Marriott, where we had some nice time up there. I kicked Craig out of his own event on Wednesday night. You're welcome, Craig. Because we had not only a great Click event we had to go to on Thursday, we needed our rest for the marathon day. That was Disneyland on Friday, which we were there from 8:15 in the morning until 12 a.m. in the morning, California time. I'm a West Coast, I'm an Eastern person. It was tiring, but let's take a look at some of the amazing pictures of that.
We did 19 rides, which is
we did. And that's because of one very special lady, by the way. So we're going to get to her, and I'm going to explain her in a little bit because I'm going to, take over hosting duties here because you drink your Moscow mules, it's fine.
I know, actually, Dave, I actually prefer you drive at this show. Then I could just drink and say stupid shit.
There we go. But this is the first picture here. And these pictures are in no random order. They're not sized properly. I don't really care enough about this show to do it properly. It's not No Vacancy Live.
I like the white space myself.
There's no. Wait till you see more of it. It's going to be coming a lot. So this is our first random photo in the sequential order that we got. So you see here, producer. Let me go over to this side. You have producer Danny. For those of you who don't know producer Danny, she's Craig's producer on Click Connect. Great producer. Number 2 behind me.
She also cut the opening credits for here. For this show as well.
But I'm still a number 1. She's number 2. Of course, Craig Sullivan. Of course, Glen Hausman. Of course, Bruce Ford. Ed.
The best man.
Our good man, Ed. Of course, Chris Daly from our strong PR team. And then some random lady who I don't really know. She just kind of followed us over.
You better hope she's not watching.
I can guarantee she's not. Don't worry. So this is this was the ride that Bruce Ford was talking about all Wednesday night. Wanted to ride it 10 times over. But it basically is a virtual reality. It's the Millennium Falcon ride. It's a virtual reality ride where there's a bunch of teams. Some people are shooting, some people are driving, some people are the engineers. I did find out that my beautiful wife Annie and producer Danny were the gunners. I heard that Bruce and Glen were the drivers, and and they didn't know which one it was, but somebody kept crashing into the walls.
That would be Bruce.
But as you can see, I'm sitting out on this ride because I unfortunately get very motion sick at virtual reality simulations.
Right. The timing of that ride was unfortunate because I may have enjoyed some edibles and stuff like that. And having to go both left and right proved to be challenging. So we'll say I should have been an engineer.
You should have been the engineer. So the next one is a picture in front of the Cozy Cone Hotel. So this is a cool area. This is the Cars themed area. So the movie Cars has a whole recreation of
Silver California Adventure. Yeah,
it was awesome, so cool. But in here is like 4 little cone areas. I had a mac and cheese cone, which is basically a bread cone, like a croissant with mac and cheese in it. It was tremendous. I had it about 1 hour before we actually went to go have dinner. So you know how fat I am. But
and he ate his whole dinner too.
And I ate the whole dinner too. So
there's got to be a
double down, huh?
Yeah. Double down. Listen, I was on vacation, but you can see the no vacancy sign here. It was pretty awesome. Again, producer Danny, our #1 fan Amy Montgomery in the picture here. Are we missing? We're missing Bruce Ford. Bruce Ford. I don't know where the hell Bruce was, but he's missing.
He was. I think he was eating some sort of food.
See, I wasn't the only one eating right before dinner. Next one is our blue and green milk. So Bruce is very adamant that we tried the blue green milk, which is like this combo between a frozen yogurt and a slushy. Supposed to be something about something with Disneyland. I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but you can see the Millennium Falcon behind us. Of course, Annie, my beautiful wife, did want to try it, or she tried some of mine, of course. Bruce Ford over here is double fisting because he loves it so much. And I don't know what this guy over here is doing.
I was not brave enough to try the drinks. And nobody offered. And because of COVID, nobody offered me a sip of theirs. I thought that.
We just don't trust where you've been.
Fair enough. I completely respect that. So I didn't have it. I do look pregnant though in that photograph.
A little bit, yeah. You look like a nice little pregnant belly there. So this is right before they went on the Millennium Falcon ride. Another reason why I chose not to go on the Millennium Falcon ride. I did not want to throw up blue juice all over.
I would have been great to see though. That would have hit TikTok hard. So Robert, the cool thing about the Star Wars area is that attention to detail. They really did a phenomenal job at setting the stage so you could have the experience. What do you think about creating immersive environments for people to have exceptional experiences?
I think that's what everybody wants, and they're looking for that. They want that fun, especially now. Everybody's just looking to get out somewhere, but just to have a different experience unique to them. And so what I think Disney does so great is they really, besides being our guest, they really personalize each experience right down to the details that you see, whether it's like who's in the Millennium Falcon or the details. So they really make it like you're part of that entire experience.
Yeah.
No, it's really exact. There's the sounds, the robots rolling around. It was an overall, a very immersive experience. Of course, so immersive that we had to share our blue drinks. Cheers to Craig Sullivan. Of course,
I had to pretend.
Notice the 2 empty hands.
The dude was like, everybody there is so freaking Disney, right? Our lovely VIP host Anna Rose was consummate.
Who we'll get to.
The photographer was totally Disney. He's like, "Oh, right, you don't have a drink, so just do this. Just say you don't have it." He goes, "Oh, now you don't have a drink. Just put your arm out. Just pretend you have a drink." It was really, really funny.
Disney always does it right. That's why it's magical when you go there, and it's just, again, just like your show. It's a different vibe. It's full of energy. And there's so much to do for family and friends. And
guys, again, this is an historical show for many, many reasons. Mark it down. This show has just been compared to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I had to
put it on the books. We are comparable to Disneyland. I think Walt Disney just turned over in his grave 3 times over.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
So,
hey, David, I just sent you a picture, and it's the hidden Mickey in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. If you want to show
I'll bring it up towards the end, absolutely. But this is a picture, of course, in front of Cinderella's castle, and the iconic statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse right behind Ed and Amy's head. So we were told to look tough, and I think if there's ever a group in the world that can look tough,
I thought it was the 9 dwarfs.
We could do that too.
Well, I was thinking the 9, but a different D word completely.
Yes, that one for sure. I think, Chris over here looks like a nice nightclub bouncer. Craig looks like a disappointed dad. I'm not sure what Amy looks like, honestly. Ed just looks.
She looks like Madonna in 1987.
I wasn't born yet. Depending on what month of 1987
You're
we're
going
talking
to hear about that one.
Here comes the comments.
There's a nice little wave, of course. A little Mickey Disney. Look at Glen's happy face. He is so happy to be at Disney World. And then of course Glen cheese, and like Glen always loves the cheese.
Yep.
This is a great picture of Craig and producer Danny. I don't even know where they were.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, of course.
Yep.
Oh, this is before we got on, of course. Which was Glen's favorite ride in the park, and Glen knows why I'm saying that.
So does the rest of the world.
Another run back to the Millennium Falcon. Again, this is no particular order of how these pictures fill in. So we were going to go back and forth a couple times. Look at producer Danny's little just poking her head right through. What you're going to notice something else not here. All right, now we got to the ride picture. This is what I was looking for. So this is Space Mountain. This is the first roller coaster that I got on, second roller coaster of the day. Oops, what is happening? I intentionally sat in front so that if I ended up vomiting, I covered everybody in puke. Unfortunately, I didn't. So everyone stayed clean.
That would be like
I'm so glad I missed that ride. I'm so glad I missed that ride. Just for the record.
Also, this
Robert,
picture
every
right
single
here.
ride we got to, Dave's like, does this ride move? All right, I can't go on it. I'm sorry.
I'm not sitting next to you on any Disney rides ever. I'm going to tell you that for the record.
So what I want to point out, you can see this picture here, right? Every so often, a couple of the rides have pictures. We're going to see a couple more, but this was literally Glen's face on every single picture ride, no matter what the ride was, whether it was a roller coaster, whether it was a drop ride, whether it was the teacups. Glen had this face on the entire time on the rides. This is the Incredicoaster. So me and Craig both sat this one out to have a nice conversation. This is my wife, Annie, freaking out. But you'll notice her eyes are actually open, which is a first that's ever happened.
Right.
Her eyes are usually closed, tucked into my shoulder. She's not a big roller coaster fan. She loves roller coasters, she just hates seeing them. Ed having the time of his life. I don't know what Amy's doing here.
It looks like she's regretting eating a burrito.
Yeah, she's regretting this ride. She is intense. And of course, Bruce Ford back here just having the time of his life. And Glen, I think is that you behind them, Glen, with your mouth closed?
I'm looking at somebody. It looks like I'm having a conversation with somebody. Or something.
Oh, good. Right in the middle of the ride, just having a conversation. Makes total sense. So here's the Incredicoaster. Oh, you were talking to Anna Rose. Okay. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is Anna Rose. So the reason that we got on 19 rides, and she informed us that the average person, depending on what time they get there and how long they stay, makes it between 7 to 9 rides because of the lines. It wasn't exactly a short wait on a lot of these rides, but because we had the VIP tour, thank you, Greg Sullivan, we got to skip all of the lines, hop right under the rides. We made 19 of 21 rides, and the only 2 we missed is because we had to go to Club 33. But you can see here our great tour guide, Ella Rose, aside from her being one of the best tour guides in the world, friendly, personal. Great. She told us the facts, too. I asked her some tough questions and some inside details about some things about Disney, and she told us we're going to keep it secret between us and not going to get it to the world and won't get her in trouble. But she also holds the record for most points scored on Toy Story and on whatever the other shooting game was. I forget what it was because she rides these.
We did Toy Story, the Space Ranger spin one back in Space Ranger one in the Magic Kingdom Disneyland Park, and then we did the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, that's what it was. Spider-Man.
That one was Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I saw her secret. While she had all of us doing this the entire time, I happened to look over to her and she was ninja chopping. The entire time.
You can ninja chop.
You can ninja chop.
All right, so the really cool thing is that we were really blessed with an incredible day, and Anna Rose is a VIP host. So, we showed up there, she greeted us, and then she took us around from place to place to place to place to place throughout the entire day and spent the entire day with us. And Robert, what was really cool about that was none of us have ever had this type of experience before at Walt Disney World or Disneyland. And the cool thing was, you know, with the amount of crowds they've been having, there's a lot of anxiety about it. They've got this Disney Genie thing in place, and so much planning has to be done that the whole idea of just doing it is so stressful. But having this VIP host and knowing that none of that was going to factor into it, at least for me, changed absolutely everything.
Everything for all. Yeah.
Right. It made the experience not just here, but like way, way bigger. What are you thinking about now when it comes to creating those rarefied moments at luxury hotels, right? That can compare to that, because it removed all the complications from our lives and allowed us to just have pure joy for the entire day. And I'm telling you, we had pure joy for the entire day. We didn't talk about work
at all.
And we love this job that we do, and we can't not talk about it. Yet we just didn't. It was the most incredible thing.
Yeah. So it's all about memories. I mean, look at the memories. Look at what you just said about Disney and the whole experience, right? That is going to go on, and you're going to tell 15, 20, 15, 30 people about that experience.
Oh no, we told at least 35 today.
Right. So if you had like one bad experience, you're probably telling quite a bit, right, on that experience. So it's all about the care and comfort that Disney does, and that's what luxury does. I mean, it's, when you're in luxury, it's like the way I treat you in luxury. If you're a guest to my home, I'm not going to wait until you ring the doorbell.
Right.
You're going to come up to my, I'm going to call you. I'm going to say, hey, what type of room do you, what kind of, how do you want your bed made? Do you want extra pillows? What do you want for dinner? Where would you like to go? And you're just planning the entire experience. And that's exactly what Disney is. And that's what luxury is. It's really an elevated level of experience that you're not going to get everywhere.
Trying, the way that I kind of, when I'm training people, I try to tell them, try to figure out what the guest wants before they know they want it, or some kind of phrase in that mindset, right? Of understanding, hearing the cues, the verbal cues to identify these moments where they don't even know they want that yet, but when you mention it, they're like, oh, wow, that actually is exactly what I want or need. And what I wanted and needed was a special hat from Disney. So it's not from Disneyland itself, but producer Danny, this is why I have a one-up on you. This is why I'm number one producer in the company. I have your hat. So I will be wearing this hat for the rest of my life because producer Danny unintentionally gave it to me. So I had my backpack there because, again, we went to Club 33. We went to Club 33, and we had to have a certain dress code. And my wife did not adhere to the dress code during the Disney rides, but she brought a dress with her so she could change and get ready. And producer Danny wanted to leave sunscreen and a hat in my bag in case she needed it. And I said to her, don't forget it in there, because if I bring it home, I'm going to wear it on the audit. And guess what, guys? Here it is. And
so, Robert, I don't know if you know what Club 33 is, but for those that don't, at Disneyland, they don't serve alcohol. And Walt Disney wanted a place that he could hang out with his buddies and drink. So they created, when they built the New Orleans Square expansion, they built this Club 33, which is a membership only club, and therefore something that very few people get to see. So in terms of experience, the fact that Craig was able to know the right people and get us in created a real rarefied special experience that others don't have. And to me, not only was it a bucket list experience for me as a Disney fan aficionado type of guy, but getting that access thing seems to be really the type of way to make those indelible memories that will keep guests coming back over and over again.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is all about the experience and those personal touches, and then creating a need that there may not be a need, and then the unexpected delights that Dave just kind of mentioned. I had a guest at a luxury property I worked at, came in sick and everything, and before they knew it, I already sent a tea package and everything, and just saying, wish you well, what else can I do for you? And it's those little touches, those little moments to really create moments like that, whether it's I mean, I have a lot of stories, but there's just, I could go on a show, maybe another show. But
I'm sorry, this is turning into a beauty program. So.
It is.
I think my skincare routine. Thank you, producer Danny. I appreciate your support.
Brochure, so I don't know what's going on your side.
That Age Shield product is great. Danny's actually 75.
Oh,
so,
yes. So, producer Danny, thank you very much for your contributions to my head style and to my skincare routine. I appreciate you.
Did I see that Dr. Producer Suzanne's on the show? Is she watching?
She's here, and she says I'm a thief, even though it was left in my bag. I was ready to give it back. I even said I will give it. I even called her before she left, or tried to. Before
right there, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the pineapple, Craig. I'm sorry. Let's talk about that. We forgot about the pineapple. Well, first, Nikki Fox wants to know, how was it Club 33? I'll keep it really brief. Glen kind of talked about it, but it was outstanding. The food was unbelievable. From start to stop, the service was tremendous. Wonderful, wonderful experience. It was just everything. I think it lived up to every expectation.
Robert, the really cool thing about it is when you're in one of the Disney environments, they want you to have a good time, but they want to get you the F out because they got to put somebody else in there, right? That is one thing we did not experience at Club 33. It's the first time in my life when I had restaurant, a sit-down Disney restaurant, that I was not out in 90 minutes or less, right? It took a half an hour for them, and I mean this in a positive way, for them to give us the menus, right? It was all about sit down, let the day wear off of you, transition to this experience. Now let's get you some cocktails and create our own thing. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, each moment, whether it's Disney or a luxury property, they all have their unique ways of creating an experience, and that was just one of a few that, when you're going in, sitting down, just really enjoying the moment. You don't feel rushed, even though there's thousands of people behind you that want to get in. But the fact that they didn't make you rush out, I mean, that's magic in itself.
Yeah, we were there for like 2.5 hours or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
So,
we got there at 8. Dinner was at 8. We got there. We left there at 10:30 because we had to get the cars afterwards.
Also, incredibly surprising, but not as surprising at all. We saw a proposal, and she said yes.
You guys did. I missed it. I was in the bathroom actually.
Yeah, it was really weird. There was like an outdoor, like little, indoor
balcony,
very small balconies, right? So they had that right outside where I happened to be facing, and I was looking at Amy, and she's like, "Oh, she's crying. Oh no, and we felt like really weird. And then all of a sudden, dude gets down on his knee and pulls out a little box, and we're like, "Oh, that's why she's crying. Good cry." So
good cry.
Yeah, she said yes, and it was really nice. The whole restaurant applauded.
Yes.
It was really, really a sweet moment.
We want to talk about listening. Yes, that was a great moment. We want to talk about listening. Mike and Menace, I just gave the entire explanation of why I have a small hat on my head. Are you not listening to me?
What were we saying about listening earlier?
We were talking about listening earlier. You just clearly didn't listen to my story.
It was purchased at. It was actually purchased at Babies R Us, not.
This is producer Danny's hat. I have her hat because she left in my bag. Again, the reason why she's the number 2 producer because.
Hopefully, director producer Suzanne got a screenshot of you with that.
I'm going to wear it all the time. I'm keeping it. She's not getting it back. She'll get it back next year.
I know.
She'll get it back next year.
I just want to make sure she gets a copy.
She'll get it back next year at Click. It's totally fine.
So
Mike says, "Hey, so yeah, let's talk about the pineapple skull, Steven."
That's pretty cool, dude.
Steven, let me know at the at Click that he gave that to you after I told you guys to steal it from the Wayfarer. So at least you got it legally.
Yes.
Legally.
So this is the same skull that, if you've seen the picture floating around the internet of Glen when we were at the Lily Rose at the Wayfarer Hotel, that he's holding. But we didn't know it lit up at the time. And then I decided to have it on the show today for Suzanne.
Right.
So there
just
you
to
go.
rub it in even more.
Just rub it in.
Well, she brought back the pineapple, so I'm happy.
So Mike says we all know that was medium. No, Mike, I have an incredibly large head. I am much larger than this medium. I'm just an extra large.
Have you not seen his attitude? Of course he's got a big head.
Look at this big old head,
Are you sure we use that picture of him with the fro?
Yeah.
Bro.
Fro.
We showed that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have my hairstyle. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Nikki says, speaking of beauty, I cannot scream it enough. I want to feel fabulous. Broody products, a great robe, something unexpected. Even if it's a 3-star hotel, the hotel can meet these needs. Well, you know what, Nikki? We don't need a hotel to provide that. Just go to producer Danny. She'll provide you all the skincare and beauty products you want for free, just by leaving it in your backpack.
Yes. Too funny.
Suzanne says, at least the Wayfarer pineapple has a new home. Yes, well, at least it was taken legally and it wasn't stolen, because I just said steal it. But there's no reason for us to ask for it. Just take it, get it. Just, we're all friends here in California, right? We're laid back. It's fine. There's no reason to worry about it. We just take things and go. Isn't the California way, Craig?
No.
No hesitation on his side to respond to that.
Oh, man.
That might be some hillbilly state, but that ain't here.
So anyway, the trip was honestly amazing. The Disney experience lived up to its everything I could think of. Anna Rose was literally the best. Again, she's ridden these rides, as she's put it, not me, about 200 times in her life, because her job is literally to take people around Disney and ride the rides.
Dude, Dave, I really thought that she would be like waiting for us at the end of every single ride. It never occurred to me that she was going to ride them, but she rode most of them. There were a couple
except for when she sold us out.
Out, right?
Oh, she sold us out to the Empire.
She sold us out. So let me set the
sold us out.
Some ominous music, Glenn.
So yeah, put the ominous music. Because we almost had to.
I don't think we have ominous music. We have the magic spell, but that does not feel appropriate.
Well, the New York Italian in me almost had her sleeping with the fishes, because on the
Rise of the Resistance.
On the Rise of the Resistance ride, you can see how much Star Wars I follow. But on the Rise of the Resistance ride, if you're not familiar with that ride, it's a very immersive experience. Basically, you come on as a recruit for the Resistance, and you're getting kidnapped by the Dark Order, and blah, 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 blah. But long story short,
weren't you supposed to say a phrase or a magic word?
Yeah, because Bruce told me to say something, but he didn't tell me when to.
Stormtroopers were supposed to do a song and dance.
Yeah, but Bruce, he told me what to say. He didn't tell me when to say it. So I'm standing there waiting for the time to say it. I'm like, Bruce.
Bruce's fault. I'm like, you couldn't just sit
Bruce,
there
when do I
throw it out.
Like, Bruce, when do I say
minute.
it? He's like, you should have said it 10 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, come on, let me know. This is my first time on this thing. So long story short, you get kidnapped by the Resistance. They have actors who are, paid obviously to pretend to be the Dark Order and be mean to you and all this stuff. And they line you up. And we were looking to our great VIP tour guide to save us. And she goes, okay, they're all lined up for you. I'm leaving now. Bye-bye. And left us there to be tortured.
Right?
Like the animals we weren't supposed to be. And they hurt us, and it was awful.
Thank goodness the Resistance broke us out, Robert, and we were able to escape unscathed.
We wouldn't be here
now,
today.
That ride was great, but it would have been awesome, Craig, if it was actually themed to Star Wars.
Was it not? Was that not Star Wars?
It's that new Star Wars BS. It wasn't the actual, real Star Wars.
Oh.
Or was
it was nobody cares about Kylo Ren. It should have been Darth Vader instead of Rey. It should have been Princess Leia.
But you understand? But hold on.
You think Obi-Wan will be there this year?
What's that?
You think Obi-Wan will be in the park this year?
No, I do think that people are really annoyed by this new trilogy thing being in the parks. Right? It was originally supposed to be themed to the original trilogy, as per Dan Cockrell, who was a VP of the Magic Kingdom. He's been on No Vacancy Live a couple of times. So I know that to be factually true. So I love...
Is that because you listened?
What's that?
Is that because you listened?
You see what I started? This is going to go on for another 50 shows.
Oh, brother, great timing.
For once. So, now that I've completely lost my point, I do believe the point is they should have kept it with the old school stuff that people actually are emotionally invested in.
But here's the thing: who is the most emotionally invested in that trilogy? Gentlemen like yourselves, probably, right? Guess what? You're not. Disney's target demographic. You're not going to go back years and years. And guess what?
I don't know what Craig paid, but I'm pretty sure Craig's the target demographic.
Thank you.
but
I concur with.
Yeah,
Glen.
but Craig, you're there. You were the target demographic for us for our trip. But are you the target demographic that's going to go back for the next 40 years? I mean, Lord knows. I hope you are. But
Craig plans on living to 127, so yeah, he'll be there.
I said I hope he is, but
at least one more time doing all of that and taking my grandson when he's old enough to get on everything, just to see him tell his dad at some point in time, well, when I go to Disneyland with Grandpa, I don't have to wait in line. I'm going to love that.
Oh, that's going to be tremendous. Yeah, you're going to definitely have to do that. Suzanne says that Glen always listens.
Thank you.
Do you actually produce the show? Because I remember many times where I've told Glen 2 minutes before showtime to do something at the top of the show, and he literally forgets it.
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's not because I'm not listening. That's because I don't give an F.
Okay, so then how about the time when how about the time that we were doing a pre-record and
say it, Glenn.
How about the time that forget me then? How about the time we were doing a pre-record? Anthony told you not to do something, and on the very first take after, you do the exact thing he said not to.
Yeah, that's right.
If you guys need a refill, let's start now.
Yeah, refill.
Right.
Refill.
Suzanne is saying Star Wars does that proper. And Adele is saying we are the ones with $2,000 for a 2-night stay. Yeah, it's more like $5,000 to $6,000 for the lowest thing. Listen, this whole new she's talking about the I believe the
Star Wars Resort,
Star Cruiser. Right. Now, I'm not going to say a whole lot of negative things about it. From what I've heard, if you are into pretending to be a Star Wars person with a backstory, you can have an amazing experience. But I'd rather just stay in a Star Wars hotel and stay in a cool suite and then go have some Star Wars food and cocktails and stuff like that.
We lost Robert.
Robert! I'm sure he'll be back.
His computer had too many Moscow meals and blacked out. I don't know what happened.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Suzanne says that she reminds you, Glenn, so she's better at it than me. I'll let Glenn decide. So, Glenn, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's the better producer?
I'm going to take myself.
Oh God!
Sorry,
Switzerland.
That's awesome. Oh, Mr. Experience.
He's back.
Well, I just wanted to show you what another experience could look like.
He's not back.
Yeah. Oh no!
Now he's
back. Not in the brochure that you sent me, by the way.
I panicked there for a moment.
No, everything is good. Everything is good.
So, Robert, I wanted to talk about this. We didn't have a chance, but tell us why the name Mr. Experience.
So, for me, everything I've done is always about an experience through my career. So, I love doing it both for family and friends. Look what just happened 2 minutes ago. I mean, that was an experience. So, I think for me, it's just really, personalizing, like whether it's work or even family and friends, I'm always creating a moment. I'm always creating those personal touches, whether it's at work or home. So for me, and I've been told, you're always creating these great experiences. So and someone else called me that, said, you are Mr. Experience. You're not Mr. Wonderful, but you're Mr. Experience. So I thought that was a catchy thing for me to keep on.
I love it.
So, Robert, let me ask you something. Do you discount luxury and experience or experience?
And I want to know why you're not wonderful.
Oh, I'm not, because someone else is
wonderful.
I'm wonderful in a lot of ways. People watching the show, I'm sure you're going to say, yes, he is wonderful.
No, Glenn's Mr. Wonderful, and David is Mr. Pink.
Okay.
Mr. Pig? Who's that?
Pink.
Mr. Pink. Oh.
He's never seen Reservoir Dogs, obviously.
Nope, I have not.
Just a young pup. Yeah.
I'm a simple 34-year-old youngin. I'm sorry. I'm not as.
So, Robert, do you ever discount luxury or experience?
Do I discount it? What do you mean by discount it? Like just
pricing?
You try not to. It's not always money that people are looking to get a discount for, if that's what you mean.
Right. I agree.
I think there's so many different ways. Again, it's and I don't want to beat this. It's really listening, picking up the cues of what issues are. So when it's problem resolution or just really listening to the guest, the first thing I want to say is, what can I do to make this a better experience for you? And
our friend Sarah Gandish says
yeah,
that all the
and
time.
a lot of it is just really just they just want to be heard. I guess just what you just don't know. You don't know what fires there are.
Robert, what if the guest name is Karen? Then what do you do?
What's that?
So what if the guest name is Karen? Then what do you do?
What do you mean?
Glen's making a very lame joke. He's gonna have to button himself. Basically, a Karen is
Karen? Fill me in the punchline.
So the punchline is Karen is it's a younger age. Glen thinks he's still 20s. It's a younger age acronym or surname or whatever you want to call it
it's when a crazy white woman starts being insanely ridiculous and starts asking for the manager. That kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you laughed when I said lit. Okay. I'm lit. Okay.
Oh boy.
Karen.
Yeah. These are what constitute a Karen. And then if you want to see, what constitutes the male version of that, just look right here.
I'm talking about lame jokes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, what's your opinion of the new Batman movie? I thought it was terrible. I'm actually surprised to hear that. I haven't seen it yet. None of us have seen it yet because we've been all busy worrying about being at Click 5 from the Crown Jewel of the Anaheim Resort, JW Marriott on March 10th.
Deal of the year.
But you're the first person who said that. Now, I heard the ending, not so much, but I did hear the rest of it was really positive. So I'm excited to see it at some point as soon as I have a chance. I'm a little disappointed that you didn't like it. Makes me want to.
Maybe we should have skipped Disney and went to see that, the AMC behind the hotel.
Yeah,
I'm sure Bill Craig wishes that too.
We could have skipped Club 33 and had popcorn instead.
Hey, I'm not going to go see Batman until they bring back Ben Affleck.
Yeah, the best.
Batfleck.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batfleck.
The Batfleck.
Batfleck. Glen, I think it's time for the best part of the show.
You want to run it?
If you would like me to. Usually you're on top of that.
You're the producer director.
Yeah, but Glen likes to take over and do all this stuff.
No,
and,
Glen likes
That wasn't me. That was Dave.
Glen likes it when he's hands off because then the show actually runs smoothly. And Dr. Producer Suzanne can concur on that.
Yeah, anytime I get involved in everything, I just fuck it up. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially pretty much.
Right.
I know that, but I don't know that.
But Robert, Mr. Experience, kick it off. Go ahead. Shamelessly plug anything you want.
Oh, well, thank you, everyone. Again, Rob Reitknecht. I'm the CEO and founder of Hospitality Renew, and I'm helping luxury hotels and individual property owners improve their operations. So through service excellence and evolving the experience that I can provide you. So if you're looking for solutions, elevating the guest experience or enriching employee experiences, I can help you do that.
And where can we find you, Robert?
You can find me on LinkedIn, which I'm always on. And you can also go to my website, Hospitality Renew, Renew spelled RENU, one word, .com.
Beautiful. Love it. Suzanne says to my Glen comment, sometimes, not all the time. Listen, I get it. You want to be number one in Glen's life. Stop kissing butt. I understand what you're doing. It's fine. But I don't need to kiss butt. I just go straight for the facts.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought you were the one kissing butt.
No. I go straight for the facts. I just call it like it is.
Fuck her up,
how
David.
I see it. But anyway, go check out all the Click 5 shows that we did. Me and Glen were filming and doing live shows from Click 5 literally all day. From the time we opened up to the time we closed. Then we did Friday Night Audit from the mixer. So a lot of great shows. We had brand people on. We had recruiting people on. We had the GM of the hotel on. We had all these different great insights on about different topics in the industry. So go check out all of those. Of course, check out Times Square Today, March episode coming out soon. And just anything else we're doing, just check it out.
Craig, I mean, I feel weird not talking about March 10th anymore since we're at March 18th.
I know. What are you going to plug? You're going to plug Click 6 a year from now?
Not yet. It's just a little bit too early on that, and we've got to work out a few things, and then we'll make those announcements.
I do feel like there's a lot of new content that you're putting out there, though.
There's a lot of new content. We will be releasing some highlights from Click 5 with both Glen and No Vacancy and on Click Connect, our YouTube channel. And we've got brand new episodes of our 6th season of Click Connect. We just kicked that off. We got 2 new episodes dropping next week. We've got the one, the only, the Miss Sarah Dandishy joining us on Tuesday. And then we've got Chris Daly on Thursday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And Wednesday, we're filming. So it's
and
all
for those
good.
of you that missed Click 5, you didn't see the awesome teaser trailer that Craig put up on the screens prior to the conference starting. So I am super excited for season 6.
Yeah,
very cool.
I am too. It's really been, it's the guests and it's producer Danny. I just show up, smile, and nod.
Yeah.
That's
and I want to come out to Cali next year.
Perfect.
Right.
That'd be great.
I want to come out.
Should be in March.
I hope I
I
can
don't
go
think
to
you're gonna
Disney.
move
And Dave, I'm not
dates, but-
sitting next to you, but that's not important right now.
No, we're going to sit next to each other. We're going to have my arm around you. We're going to have a great time
There's
riding
no
all the
way
best
you're
rides.
sitting next to me.
And Glenn and David and I are going to Luciana's, one of the best Italian restaurants in all of California. Okay. George Lujan is the owner of that fine establishment that his family started 38 years ago.
Yeah.
Check out our interview from No Vacancy Live.
We may not be going to Disneyland, but we're going to have a great dinner. So.
Listen, you can see.
Oh, look at that! They got all quiet.
For a great dinner. I've already got it on my countdown calendar over there. 354 days until we get to enjoy that. So.
How many days till we're in Atlantic City?
I'm not sure, but we'll be there. Hey, if anybody's going to be in Atlantic City, we're going to be broadcasting a live Friday Night Audit from the boxing ring at the Showboat on August 5th. I know that's a real long time from now, but I'll be at the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference all next week in Atlanta. Yeah, great.
Don't forget, we're also going to be previewing some new rooms at Caesars and one other hotel.
Yes.
I don't know what the other hotel is, but Caesars, yes, I know that one.
I don't remember. Was it the Harrah's over there?
It was, yes.
Oh, they're doing a renovation too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Friday night pool party at Harrah's is the place to be in Atlantic City on a Friday night. So
that indoor dome deal is awesome. I don't know so much about August 8th-ish, but we'll see.
There's nothing else happening in AC on August 8th that we have to be at that we're going there for, especially.
Listen, Mondays in Atlantic City, they're the best. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. I'm very excited for you to have been here. We'll see you next week. Peace out. Aloha.
Thanks for the hat. Thanks for the hat, Danny.